Well, we're trying to build up a few people here. See if we can get our numbers up. Have this live broadcast out here in beautiful Marietta, Georgia. Quite a beautiful place to be, especially on a beautiful Saturday evening. Just trying to see who's out there watching us. Shauna, Demetrius, hi, how y'all doing? And we're going to talk tonight for a few minutes. I'm not going to keep you guys too long. Sitting out here in beautiful Marietta. Just had some wonderful Mexican food. Hello there from Florida. Just had some wonderful Mexican food with no carbs. So we just had vegetables and meat and water, and it was just amazing. As I'm on my oh my goodness, like my 60th day or more with my brother Terry Campbell, as we're on our pretty awesome low carb diet, and I really want the motorcycle set to lose weight. And we got to live. There's a lot to live for. And, you know, you'll see that. Follow me on Fat Boy Getting Skinny. Fat Boy Getting Skinny is my my page where I'm showing you all how to lose weight. Now, I was 365 pounds in February. And I had all this diabetes and stuff going on. And I've beaten that diabetes. They were going to put me on insulin. And I went back 60 days later with my A1C 1/2. So it was 13.8 and it was 6.8 when I went back. So when I go back again in about 2 months, it's going to be 5 or 4 or 3. So let your refrigerator be your medicine cabinet. We want to talk tonight about a few things. First, let me get some of this stuff, these announcements out of the way. First of all, I want to tell you that we're doing some neat things with Big Cell, FHO. We got some things coming together, he and I. It's going to be really exciting. I can't wait till you guys see some of the things we got coming. I want to give a shout out to Big Cell and thank him, my little brother, for showing me all the things that he has shown me in doing these go lives, because I'm actually kind of new. I'd only been doing it about 3 or 4 weeks. So all of this information I got from my brother, and I just want to thank him so much for it. Big Sale over there at FHO, Fast Harleys Only, Run What You Brung, something like that. I think it's really cool. Also, check him out on his YouTube channel. And check my YouTube channel out too, Black Dragon National President. Also, I want to remind you all, first of all, I want to thank y'all who are buying my book, Prospects Bible, Selling Off the Chain. I think it's going to be a #1 bestseller again. If you guys just keep on hitting it. ProspectsBible.com, how to prospect for a traditional motorcycle club. And there's also the Prospects Bible for women's motorcycle clubs, ProspectBibleForWomen.com. And you can also get the books on Kindle, and you can get the books at Amazon. And you can actually go into the store like Barnes and Noble or something and order the book, and they'll have it for you in a week. But for me to get the most money, buy it from ProspectsBible.com or ProspectsBibleForWomen.com. This is my second book, and this is like one I just really love this book. This book is for all PROs and secretaries and anybody, presidents, that deal with the reputation of the motorcycle club. And I want to announce a really neat thing. I'm going to have free PRO training. This is what I'm giving back to the set. Free PRO training is going to start next week. It's going to be about 6 weeks long. It's going to be over the telephone. If you know a PRO or someone like that needs PRO training, president, whatever, have them inbox me so I can give you the phone number. You're going to call in. It's going to be really neat. And we're going to talk about all kinds of things like PROs. Like, we're going to talk about everything from how to build media kits to how to do press releases to how to hold a press conference, all of that kind of stuff. How to manage your media, how to get stories placed, how to get people to come out and the news to come out while you're feeding the homeless and all that kind of stuff to manage. So what does the PRO do? The PRO is the guardian of the MC's reputation and the manager of its publics. So someone has to do that, and that's what the PRO does. So get my book, PRO's Bible, at PRO's Bible, mcprosbible.com, mcprosbible.com. Or again, you can get it on Amazon or Kindle. Free PRO's training, Big Sale Tillman. I think I've said everything. This video is dedicated to Nashira Pitts. Nashira Pitts is the namesake of the Pitts Peace Initiative, which is something that I've designed, and I'm going to tell you guys so much more about it as the weeks go on. So this video is dedicated to Nashira Pitts, namesake of the Pitts Peace Initiative. Also, I want to shout out to my grandson and my daughter. All right, here we go. Are you living? Isn't that basically the secretary's job? Christopher, it can be. In motorcycle clubs motorcycle clubs, like everything else, are changing and expanding. Yes, heck yes. That's basically the secretary's job in a traditional motorcycle club. And if your motorcycle club is set up very traditionally, then call it the secretary's public relations Bible. It's the same information, no matter who does the job. So yeah, it's basically the secretary's job. However, many motorcycle clubs across the nation have broken that out to a position they call the PRO. So we can sit around and act like the PROs don't exist, or we can say, if that's the job you're doing, here's how you do it better. It's up to you. Secretary, PRO, or president, that's a lot of people who can do that job, but if you have somebody that's broken out for it specifically named PRO, this is their book. If they're named secretary, this is their book. If they're just an interested person helping out, this is their book. Okay, so are you living on your day-to-day motorcycle club walk the very best tenets and principles and morals that your motorcycle club has to offer? How many people know what the motorcycle club's mission statement is? And what do you do to live that mission statement? Now, some motorcycle clubs don't have mission statements. Some do. But what is the day-to-day walk of your motorcycle club that you're the most proud of? And what are those things that you're doing that emulate the very best things that the motorcycle club that you are a part of has to offer? So I want to illustrate this by telling you a couple of stories, and I'll make it kind of quick, but telling you a couple of stories that have happened in the Black Sabbath Nation. And those stories that have happened in the Black Sabbath Nation may give you an example of some things that have happened in your motorcycle club, so that you can kind of like understand what I'm talking about. So I want to start my first story. I call it Hutchinson, Kansas. So there was a Black Sabbath rider riding in Hutchinson, Kansas with his Hutchinson, Kansas patch on his back and just having a good time. A guy pulls up to him and pulls him over, sees him, goes by, pulls him over, and kind of scares him off the highway, like, what the heck is going on? I'm getting ready to shoot this guy. Guy runs up to him and says, I didn't know there was any Black Sabbath here. And so he says, yeah, there are Black Sabbath here. He says, you're my family. I'm going to join your club. The guy's like, hold on a minute. You don't get to just join our club. We're an elite organization. He says, that's all right. I have a story to tell you, and this is why. Because I've never wanted to join a motorcycle club before, but now that I know you guys are here, I'm joining the Black Sabbath. So the story was really kind of cool. 4280 Market Street, somewhere back in the 80s, Black Sabbath were having a party. We had great parties back then. And so our bros were doing their thing. Across the street at the grocery store was this young man and his mother and family. And they were trying to buy groceries. They didn't quite have enough money. The grocer, a little bit perturbed that they had come to the counter with not quite enough money, starts to go off on the mother. When in walks a Black Sabbath, no shirt on, in his vest, nappy hair, no helmet. That's the way we did it back then. And he walks in and hears this man being a little bit rude to the lady. And he looks over at her. He looks at the store owner, and what the hell could the problem be? And I paraphrase. Well, she doesn't have enough money to buy this. Well, he jumps all over the man for talking so terribly to his sister. And he pulls the money out of his pocket, $20, $30, which was a lot of money back then. And he slams it on the table, on the counter. And he says, "This should pay for it all." Snatches his beer up, turns and marches out the door. The young kid never ever saw that Black Sabbath again. All he knew was that Black Sabbath brother allowed them to eat for as long as those groceries carried them. And he never forgot that. In fact, that Black Sabbath brother died. 20, 30 years later, here this now kid, a young man, driving down the road in Kansas, some 2,000 miles away from this incident, and he sees some Black Sabbath colors, and he says, "That's my home." A small, small thing. I used to have a Black Sabbath in my club by the name of G, baby. And he used to always say, "Small things to a giant, baby. Small things to a giant." The small things you do are giant things for other people. I ask you, what would you not do in your colors? One of the reasons that I'm trying to stop cursing is I used to know a Black Sabbath man who loved his colors so much, this full patch brother would not even curse in his colors. He wouldn't even say a curse word in his colors. He got ready to fight a guy, and he took his colors off and put them in the trunk of his car. So dedicated to our name was he, that he didn't even want to act to ruin our motorcycle club by doing some sort of crazy act in his colors. The man was going to get a speeding ticket one time. He asked the police officer, "Could you please let me remove my colors before you write me this ticket?" So invested was he in our name and what we look like that he couldn't bring himself to even drink outside the clubhouse in our colors. What would you not do in your colors? Would you not cuss somebody out? Would you not fight? Would you, before you broke the law or before you cussed somebody out, before you spit on the ground, would you take your colors off and put them up? Do you reflect the highest traditions of what your motorcycle club has to offer? I once knew a brother named T.C. Cox. T.C. Cox was going through a period where he was broke, didn't have any money, had $20 in his pocket. We went to Yashin's fish market to eat. He told me I only got about 20 bucks in my pocket. I said, "That's all right, brother. I'll buy your lunch." And on the way in, he sees an old lady kind of out in the parking lot, not knowing where she was. So he says to the old lady, "Who are you? Where are you? Where are you coming from?" She couldn't answer those questions, so he took her in with his money, and he spent $10 of that 20 buying her some food. Then he takes the other $10, puts it in her top pocket, and puts his business card in her top pocket, and lets her go. About 3 or 4 days later, he gets a phone call from the woman's son. The woman's son said, "My mother had escaped from the daycare center. She got away, and we've been looking for her all over the place. And when we found her, she had some money in her pocket and your business card." And TC said, "Yeah, she looked a little bit like she was in trouble, so I fed her and gave her a couple of dollars." The man said, "I have $100 for you, sir. I want you to come and get it." But TC needed that $100 because he was broke as hell. God is funny. You give away $20 and you get back $100. The things that we do for others are important, and the things that we do for others while we're wearing our colors are never forgotten. Down in Macon, Georgia, we have a brother by the name of Big Meech. Big Meech is the High Council President of the Black Sabbath Nation. Big Meech takes his club brothers over to old people's houses, senior citizens' houses, and mows their yards, cuts their grass. He takes our brothers over there and our sisters, and he plays bingo at the elderly home. We have Black Sabbath and Inland Empire that feed people. We have Black Sabbath that take care of folks. And this is stuff that you don't see. This is not the parade. This is not the toy drive that everybody sees. This is the day-to-day things they do. The feeding of the homeless, the Atlanta chapter does in the park, these kinds of things. Trying to live daily the best things that our club has to offer. On Market Street 4280, about 25 years ago, Paul Pep Perry, the founder, the father of the Black Sabbath Nation, saw this young boy. The young boy looked hungry and disheveled. And he says to the young boy, "Are you hungry?" The young boy said, "Yes, I am." He says, "Well, I'm going to feed you, but your ass is going to work for it. So come on into the clubhouse, bro, and get this mop, and get this bucket, and get this broom, and get busy." This turned into a regular thing, where the kid would come by all the time to clean up, and Pep would give him $10, $20, sometimes $30, which was a hell of a lot of money back during those days. So, about 25 years later, this young kid pulls up in his brand new car, jumps out, and runs in to see Pep. He says to him, "You taught me how to be a businessman. You gave me my first job and you taught me how to work. I own my own business now and I'm doing great. And if you ever need anything, OG, you come to me." How could Pep ever know such a thing would happen? It is the small things that you do in the name of the MC, in the name of giving, that make big things for a lot of people. My final story is in 2011, 2012, maybe 2013, the Black Sabbath the Mother Chapter lost their clubhouse. So angry was I at them that I said, "That's it! I'm taking the Mother Chapter designation away from you and I'm sending it to Wichita, Kansas, to the second oldest clubhouse that we have. Forget you folks. You've embarrassed me." The motorcycle clubs of San Diego, California called my black ass. You can't do that. They mean too much to us. They've done too much. There's been too many motorcycles parked over there when we were too drunk. We've had too many parties here. We've done that. These OGs have held it down. And so I hung my head, embarrassed, and rescinded that decision. It was the work that they had done all those years, taking care of all those people, that made the neighborhood love them forever, whether they were there or not. And the motorcycle club that took over directly after us, I believe it was Down Ash Riders, built a shrine to those brothers inside the middle room. It was absolutely beautiful. This was the respect they had for the walk that they walked. What walk are you walking for your MC? Are you thinking about what you can do for others? Are you thinking about the best tenets you can offer that your MC has to offer? Or are you some jerk? You know, when you ride down the street on those $40,000, $50,000, and $60,000 motorcycles in the ghetto, because that's the only place they let you put clubhouses. I haven't seen one in a bougie neighborhood yet. Those kids are watching you. I'm reminded of a young Charles Barkley that accidentally spit on a girl's scream, "I'm not a role model!" Refusing to accept the fact that they're watching you. And you know they're watching you. You want them to watch you. You put more shit on your motorcycle to be seen. Lights, bangles, jewelry, to be seen. And they see you. So when you ride past a hungry kid on a $50,000 toy, what are you giving back to that neighborhood? What are you giving back to those folks? What are they going to say about your motorcycle club 25 years from now? Are they going to say, "You gave me a job"? Are they going to say, "You taught me how to be a businessman"? Or are they going to say, "You didn't do a damn thing but roll through here and look good"? I ask you, what's in your wallet? Think more of others than you think of yourself. Stop saying I. Start saying we. The father of the Black Sabbath Nation drilled that in my head day after day after day as he slapped me across my young mouth over and over again, teaching me how to give. I think the Bible says somewhere, how can I believe that you love me, God, whom you've never seen, when you can't even love one another whom you see every day? I love y'all, and y'all should love each other. Treat each other like precious gold. Check this out. If you treat each other like precious gold, when you have gold, you don't treat gold bad. You don't put it in the mud. You don't talk about it. If somebody talked about your gold, you want to have a fist fight. That ain't real gold. Ha! Let's throw down, bro. We're going to get down. You put your gold in a place where it can be seen, of high value. You're so proud of your gold. Treat your club members like you treat your gold, and you'll have the best club you've ever seen in your life. Pray for your brothers and sisters and treat them good. Love yourselves and love your club. Think of we, not I, and you'll have the best motorcycle club you ever imagined. I don't know what just happened there. So, that's my 2 cents for the day. I believe I covered everything on my piece of paper here. Love one another, treat each other good. It's all the same stuff. We do it all the time, you know what I mean? It's the best that the MC has to offer. Any questions? Small things to a giant, I say that quite often. Gunslinger, what's up, baby? Let's see. What's our mission statement? I'll send it to you, First Lady, if you don't have it. Let's see. Anybody else? Any other questions? Type them now. I love you all. Make sure to tune in to FHO, prospectsbible.com, prospectsbibleforwomen.com, mcprosbible.com, and my new book coming out in September, Kill Proof, thekillproofbook.com. Surviving police stops, renegade cops, and angry vigilantes with guns. I love you all. Treat each other good and have a productive day. Oh yeah, get skinny.